Welcome to the Answers for Elders radio show. Meet the trusted experts who will give you straight answers and will help guide you on the path of later life care. Now, here's your host, founder, caregiver, and CEO, Suzanne Newman.
And welcome back, everyone, to Answers for Elders Radio Network. And we are here again at MorningStar Hillsboro, and we thank all of you that are interested in learning a little bit more about senior living, what it's like, the different lifestyles, things like this. We are in a brand new community. And for those of you that might be familiar with Hillsboro, Oregon, it's right outside of Portland, not too far from here. And one of the great things about MorningStar Hillsboro is that, you know, you guys are in this amazing area. There's a shopping center down the road. It's really easy to get to. It's off of Highway 26 near Beaverton. So it's got really wonderful accessibility and things like that. And we are here with the executive chef, and I said chef, of MorningStar Hillsboro, Mr. Darrin Bristol. And Chef Bristol, thank you for being with us.
You're very welcome. Thanks for having me.
You know, I am always interested, before we even get started, how did you get into the senior living world in your culinary world?
Well, during my career, I tried a little bit of everything. I spent a lot of years working in restaurants, hotels, country clubs, and those are rewarding. But those individuals who go to restaurants, they're in it for the enjoyment of the meal. Yeah. It's not as rewarding.
Yeah.
I wanted to use my knowledge and skill to do something more fulfilling and rewarding. I found the niche with senior living to be that.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I get to do the same food that I love, but it has more meaning.
Sure.
And definitely more rewarding and fulfilling.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that so many of us are lucky that we're in an industry like this, because I know what it feels like to wake up every day knowing that you're going to make a difference, and to go to bed at night thinking about all the magical moments. You know, we talk about, you know, I connected with this person, or they were so thrilled. There's just so much that can happen and that we can do together. So I think that's
couldn't agree more.
Yeah. So you are the executive chef of MorningStar Hillsboro. Tell us a little bit about your job.
Well, the fun part about this is that in this community here, we are independent living only. So it's very much just like an actual restaurant. So we want to create a restaurant style experience. We call this upscale retirement living.
Yeah.
So it's very similar to a country club or hotel atmosphere when you come to the restaurant. So what I have enjoyed the most is the opportunity to create menus for 3 different dining areas. We're going to offer food to be served by the pool, down to the salon.
That's awesome.
Many opportunities for us, including our pub with the full bar. So a lot of opportunities to do some really fun things here.
Well, and like today here, you have this wonderful open house. So you're busy doing all different types of things going on. And, you know, I think about, if I'm a senior and I'm thinking about, you know, what's my next chapter? Maybe I'm in a house that's just too much for me to deal with anymore. I need to downsize. I want to simplify my life, but I want to start having fun. I don't want to have to worry about, you know, getting a new roof on the house, or, you know, getting a gardener to pay all of the expenses to do that. And so one of the nice things about living in a community like this is it's all inclusive. You know, you come in, you pay one rate a month, and then you get your meals provided, you get, you know, utilities paid for. So you start putting that together, it's not expensive.
No.
And especially the quality of what you're getting. And most importantly, for those of us that work with seniors, we know how important socialization is. The worst thing in the world that a senior can do is isolate themselves and just sit in front of a TV. That is not a good thing. So what you do is such a vital part of keeping seniors active by having them come together and celebrating, whether it's an event or a meal. And of course, you probably work quite a bit with your the life enrichment program, where you do different kinds of events and things like that. So if I'm a person that's looking into senior living, how do you accommodate those, let's just say, those with like special dietary requests, like if somebody's diabetic or something like that?
Sure. So the way we deal with the special diets here in this community is we're just like a restaurant where we accommodate the most common types of dietary restrictions, such as gluten-free or vegetarian, things of that nature. As far as things like diabetic meals, we don't do a diabetic diet, but we can offer appropriate foods for diabetics,
for people to make those choices,
and they can make those choices on their own. We don't have assisted living, so we don't do any texture modifications or anything of that sort. So our residents who live here are very familiar with their diets and what they can or can't have. And we make accommodations for our most dietary restrictions.
Yeah. So in that cases, for example, I know I took a little bit of a video tour around. And one of the things I noticed is you've got the menu and the specials posted on the wall, which is really amazing. And so what you do, I'm assuming you have a standard menu that you can always pick things, and then you do special items. Is that correct? Is it what I was?
There's both of that. We have some of our menu items will never change. Right. And then we can do specials for those menus as often as we want to. For our menus in the fine dining and also in our everyday dining room, those menus will change every single week. And then we can repeat the popular ones. That's awesome,
because then you never get tired of going there, because it's something new all the time. It keeps you on your toes too.
It keeps it interesting for everyone, that's for sure. And as more and more residents move in and make this their home, we love to get to know them and get to take their requests also. So if there's things that they would love to see on the menu, I will work those in.
Well, I love that. And that's the thing we keep saying about senior living and an organization like this. The last thing any organization like MorningStar Hillsboro or any place, they don't want seniors to lose their passions. And there's a lot of seniors that have passion over certain types of food. And if that's something that's important to you, you'll find a way to make it happen every once in a while, so that they can have that opportunity to maybe have ethnic meals. I know when my mom was in senior living, we used to have a tradition on Christmas Eve that we'd always have oyster stew. And so she loved my oyster stew. So I met with the chef and I said, would you mind if I bring in a pot of oyster stew for my mom and I? And he goes, absolutely not, and no problem. And so they set us up in the corner of just the regular dining room, but we had a Christmas Eve meal together. And I think they brought us salad, they brought us, different kinds of things to go with it. But that was the beauty of having that accommodation and having those things that they love.
Sure.
Then you also have a private dining room. Tell us a little bit about that.
We sure do. So our private dining room is available by reservation also. And that offers our residents the opportunity to do any special occasions with family or friends, or just enjoy time together with whomever they choose. They can order off of any of the menus that are available at the time, or they can bring in food.
Yeah.
So if they're having a birthday party and they're bringing in some younger kids, they can bring in pizza or burgers or whatever they want to, and just have their own little party in the private dining room.
You know, that's so important. You know, I mean, oftentimes family will come to visit, and to be able to have, so that maybe dad lives here and doesn't necessarily drive very much anymore, or is maybe a little bit uncomfortable with being in a restaurant where it's noisy, hard of hearing, or things like that. You can bring the party to him and certainly do things together like that. So
very true.
Yeah. So obviously you guys right now in this open house, you have all different things going on. Tell us about what's going on today.
So today we do have a few things. We are setting up for Father's Day tomorrow.
I saw that what you're going to have tomorrow. That's pretty special. Fill everyone in on that one.
It's going to be pretty fun. So we're going to do a big Father's Day brunch tomorrow. Typically our brunches are going to be every Sunday. That's going to be our big meal of the day. We offer other meals to go for dinner. But you know, you can eat enough at brunch time that it carries me.
That's pretty much like got me for the rest of the day. Yeah.
Yep.
So what are you serving in the brunch tomorrow?
Tomorrow we're going to do lasagna. We're going to do green beans, and then all the breakfast items from bacon, sausage, eggs. We're going to do French toast, and then the lunch stuff like salad, the lasagna, of course.
Yeah.
All the pastries and brownies, cookies.
Oh my gosh.
You know, pretty good spread for lunch. All homemade from scratch.
Yeah. So we invite everyone to come down if you're in the greater Portland area, even if you think that this might be something interesting just to check out. You know, if you're in your, it's an over 55 community. So really the thing that's really amazing is there's so many, you know, young people here. Like there's so much vibrancy, and I think that's really what the energy is when you walk in. So I'm so glad to get an opportunity to meet you.
My pleasure.
And we're excited to be working with you from here forward. So in the meantime, everyone, if you're interested in MorningStar Hillsboro or any MorningStar community, just go to morningstar.com. You will see that MorningStar has communities all throughout kind of the western sector of the United States, but as far east as Iowa, I know that there's a community there. But we're very excited to have you guys on board, and please come visit MorningStar Hillsboro, and we'll be right back right after this. We at Answers for Elders thank you for listening. Did you know that you can discover hundreds of podcasts in our library on senior care? So visit our website and discover our decision guides that will help you also navigate decision making. Find us at answersforelders.com.